Welcome to Net Front Presence. I'm Jeff Gordon, Post-Dispatch, joined by our beat reporter, Matthew DeFranks, who hopefully came back from the morning skate without an illness, because it's that time of year, Matt, where guys are catching a bug around the NHL, and the Blues aren't any different. All right, let's talk about the Blues. Boy, it was great to see Nick Leddy back, I suppose, if you're a Blues fan, because you just didn't know what was going on with Nick, and he didn't shed a whole lot of light on his injury, but it wiped him out, for 49 games. He kind of tough to come back, though, even with careful usage, when you've got to face the Oilers your first game back, and then you follow that up with the Panthers. These are two of the highest scoring teams in the league, and Nick had to jump back in and admitted it was moving kind of fast for him there for a bit when he got back on the ice.
Yeah, definitely a baptism by fire coming back against Edmonton. And I think the good thing for him is that, if this had been last year and he's coming back, I wonder if he goes right back on that top pair with Colton Parayko, and then he's immediately into into the deep end against McDavid every shift. But this year, because they have Fowler, because they have Suter, they have other guys that can go up there and play with Colton Parayko. You could see why Leddy didn't have that role coming back immediately, and he's played on the third pairing last game. Expected to play on the third pairing this game. And yeah, I mean, it's a different sort of role that he has right now. He only played 15 minutes, and this is a guy who was up there in terms of 5-on-5 ice time around the league the last few years because of his role with Colton Parayko. But we'll see how it goes moving forward, whether they try to feed him a little bit more, whether they get him more PK usage, whether they try to mix and match the defensive pairings based on situations on the ice. But yeah, I mean, he's a veteran guy who can skate. I think the early season struggles that we saw him have, particularly against Minnesota, it sounded like he started feeling something that morning. And then he came out and he did not play well against the Wild that night. And then, suddenly he misses almost 50 games. So you wonder how much it affected him in that game in particular. But that feels like so long ago right now. Almost 4 months. That was when, I think about who was around at that point, and it was, Drew Bannister was still the coach. Kasperi Kapanen was around. Like P.O. Joseph was on the blue line. Scott Perunovich was around. Like, yeah, Brandon Saad. Still, like, you still had it's such a different group. That's how long Leddy's been out. So, yeah, we'll see how it goes moving forward. But decent come back for that one game now, and we'll see if they try to give him more time on ice soon.
Well, it was really good for him with this break coming up. Get some games in, get 3 games in, assuming he's well enough to just keep going forward. He expressed that he thinks he's beyond the injury, that he's not that concerned about a quick recurrence. But he gets some games in, and then he gets a break, which allows him to further strengthen himself with whatever he's dealing with. So really, it was fortunate. If he had to wait 2 more weeks, didn't play this week, and then had another stretch where he didn't play, now it's like forever since he's played hockey.